up 16% in the last 2 days alone, is Bitcoin. One explanation for that surge, it could be due to the theory that digital assets will gain favor amid sanctions in Russia. Let's do all of this and more with Antoni Trenchev, co-founder, managing partner of Nexo. It is a crypto banking service with over 3.5 million users worldwide. And I am curious about the risk here, where it's seen as anonymous, it's seen as a way to avoid. Does that threaten the use of Bitcoin?
I don't think so. Crypto and Bitcoin in particular, they're phenomenal software solutions that make it transparent. Transactions can be tracked, where they came from, where they're going, whether individuals related to those addresses are sanctioned. So it is transparency at its finest, something we don't really have in the traditional finance sector. And the testimony to that is the fact that the dollar and the fiat currencies are the preferred mediums for the money launderers and the criminals of the world. So I don't think that is jeopardizing the use case of crypto.
Okay, so many feeling it could be bolstering demand, Russia, Ukraine, people either wanting to put their money outside of rubles and any other weaker currencies to be able to still have a medium of exchange. But you as a crypto exchange, Antoni, how hard is it right now to ensure that, well, sanctioned individuals aren't using your products and aren't moving their money around via crypto?
No, it's not difficult at all. We have an incredible internal system that monitors all the changes on the OFAC list and the other blacklists in real time and ongoingly. So we know exactly what is happening due to our KYC and AML processes. And, we haven't had to sanction anyone. We are lucky to be free of bad actors, but definitely crypto is spiking because of the spike of volumes related to Russia and Ukrainians' native currencies.
And we should point out, obviously, we've seen a lot of donations flow to Ukraine through the use of cryptocurrencies. Antoni, there's a broader question here right now, particularly with cutting Russia off of at least some of the main financial conduits that you use to move money around the world. It does raise a lot of questions here about the role of cryptocurrencies and the blockchain from I guess, a more positive perspective. The idea here that there are people who have legitimate reasons for maybe trying to operate outside the normal sort of central bank scheme here. Can you make that case for us?
I should think so, especially the Ukrainians, 500,000 people who have already left the country to the various neighbors. It is expected 4 more million people to do the same. It is obvious why they would want an asset, a medium of exchange that is censorship resistant, that has transactions that are immutable, that do not require a trusted party, which you might trust today and might regret tomorrow, which, by the way, is the reason why Russians are doing the same. They don't trust even their own politicians and policymakers that they will be able to dispose of their financial assets. On top of that, the shut off from the world economy. And, that's why we're seeing a shift to Bitcoin versus something like stable coins, which one could make the case are more reliant. You don't turn into a speculator, but all of the stable coins, they have encoded in their software the ability to freeze balances and to reverse transactions, and that's why the flight has been predominantly to Bitcoin, which is censorship resistant.
Interesting. We were just talking but a few weeks ago about crypto winter. Is that over? Is this but a blip, Antoni? Are we seeing actually a longer-term breakdown of it as a risk asset?
Well, we saw an approach towards the lows of last year, around the $34,000 per Bitcoin, and everybody was turned so bearish. So in my mind, there was no doubt that this were the lows. Now, unfortunately, for this new recent spike and the rephrasing and of all narrative of cryptos being sovereign money, it came at a cost, which is something I don't like. My personal prediction for crypto and Bitcoin in particular is to reach 100,000 by the middle of this year. I've made it some time ago. I stick to it, and unfortunately, we had to go through essentially war in Europe to accelerate that, but it is what it is.
Antoni Trenchev, we thank you so much, co-founder and managing partner of Nexo. We're going to be discussing